May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Have your seat, Himanshu.
Thank you, sir.
Introduce yourself to the board members.
My name is Sir Himanshu Jain, and I originally belong to Haryana. I've done my schooling till class 8th in Haryana, and then I moved to Delhi for my higher studies. I did my BA Honours in Economics from Hansraj'S College, and then, sir, I am preparing for civil services.
Do you believe in Jain ideas? Are you a practicing Jain or just a Jain?
Sir, I'm a practicing Jain, but I believe them by filtering according to my knowledge.
Okay. So Vardhaman Mahavir said that even inorganic things have soul. How scientific do you find this belief?
Sir, I do not believe that.
You don't believe it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But human beings have soul?
Yes, sir.
Animals also have soul?
Yes, sir.
And birds also have soul?
Yes.
Scientifically, what do we mean by soul?
Soul is apart from the living, apart from body, there is something which drives the. It's more of a spiritual concept. It drives the body. It drives everything that universe consists of.
So, can we find its location within the body?
It cannot be found at any one place. It is present everywhere, sir.
Okay. And what is a spirit?
What is this? Spirit.
Spirit.
With context to soul. So spirit is a concept where people say that it is of the past or the future. It's more of kind of a feeling.
Okay. Spiritual development means something related to spirit.
Yes, a spiritual development in this context would mean that developing one's own consciousness about where one wants to go. It's a spirit.
Okay. You have done economics honors. Your optional is also economics.
Yes, sir.
Which economist you find as a stronger claimant of Nobel Prize in near future from Indian origin? Either working inside India or working outside India? Who can get Nobel Prize in near future in next 5 years, 10 years?
So I'm not so sure who can be. Sir, as per the professors, there are multiple professors in Delhi School of Economics.
Which Indian recently received Nobel Prize for economics?
Shri Abhijit Banerjee received. Sir.
For what? Which contribution?
For his contribution in development economics, sir, for randomized controlled trials approach, which he followed for in development theory of economics.
Okay. Has it something to do with the measure of poverty?
Yes, sir.
What?
Sir, it actually is a poverty alleviation program where the program says that various pilot projects can result in the growth in the outcome-based approach. So, for example, sir, if we consider UBI, Universal Basic Income, sir, the pilot project which happened in Delhi and Madhya Pradesh, parts of there, it led to increase in the people spending on health and education. So, it was this approach which was this method RCT, randomized controlled trials. It led to a development of a novel method for
So, student of economics, right? Did BA honors?
Yes, sir.
From Hansraj'S College.
Yes, sir.
Right. We have a theory that is called industrial location theory, given by Weber. Alfred Weber.
Okay, sir.
Have you read?
No, sir, I have not read it.
Look, there is a what actually within the theory. There is a theory that is called location theory, location triangle. What is location triangle?
Location?
Triangle.
Sir, location triangle. Actually, I have not read this theory, but I can guess what it
Yes, you can do.
Sir, location triangle is kind of like the market needs raw materials, industry needs raw materials, and industry also needs markets, and industry also needs institutions of the government for law and order, or let's say labor also industry needs. So, location of industry is defined by the location, should be central.
What is isodopane?
What, sir?
Isodopane. This is a part of the theory, location theory.
Sir, not heard it.
Look, minimum transportation cost must be the location of a manufacturing center as per Weber. But sometime it is going to shift because of labor and because of industrial agglomeration. What is industrial agglomeration?
Industrial agglomeration, sir, can be said, can be called of congregation of various industries in one place, so that they can reap the benefits of economies of scale, economies of. Yes, sir.
Himanshu Jain.
Yes, sir.
Like Jain is a minority, right now.
Yes, sir.
When it was given minority status?
Sir, I think it was recently given minority status in 2013 or 14. Sir.
Yeah, 14 December, 2014 December. Why was it given minority status?
So due to lesser population, sir.
Or a particular practice? Because cultural and religious practices are also protected.
Yes, sir.
Right? Any practice which was, you can say, objected by society, that is why it led to?
Yes, sir. There is a practice called Santhara or Salekna, which was objected in the Supreme Court, in the courts.
In the Gambars?
Yes, sir.
So that is why it was given protection. So what is the benefit out of it, apart from this, if it is enjoying minority status?
So the benefits are diverse, varied in the fields of education. They're given scholarships, they're given upliftment, the institutes are given grants, the Jain institutes.
So
And
what
sir,
fraction Jain constitute out of total Indian population?
So it's very small, close to 0.6.
You come from Haryana?
No, ma'am, I'm living in Delhi. I lived there for approximately 14 years.
You have your roots in Haryana.
Yes, ma'am.
Satluj-Yamuna link issues in news, has been in news over a few years. Can you tell me what is the issue and why is it not being able to be resolved?
About Satluj-Yamuna Canal. Ma'am, Satluj-Yamuna Doab is are the two rivers which bound Haryana. Satluj flows from the above north side and the Yamuna from the east side.
Just tell me the issue. What's the problem in this entire episode?
Yes, ma'am. The water of Satluj, as well as water of Satluj, the sharing of water of Satluj after the barrages. Haryana demands for more water, but the control is in the hands of Punjab.
Okay, I think you need to read about the entire issue. We're not very clear right now. Okay, Haryana happens to be a state who also enjoyed the fruits of Green Revolution.
Yes, ma'am.
But right now it's actually a source of headache for the neighboring state because of problem of stubble burning. Why do you think that Haryana is not taking care of its neighboring state and is engaging in practices like stubble burning when there is clear-cut evidences that it's causing issues around?
Ma'am, the practice of stubble burning is largely from the recent origin due to the development of new machineries, which are able to cut the crop in a very, very recent time. The fruits of the Green Revolution were reaped by Haryana way back in 60s and 70s, but now the practice has become unsustainable due to, when we talk about the sustainable agriculture, due to overuse of fertilizers, unsustainable cropping patterns, lack of crop diversification. So these are all problems which are culminated into unsustainable agriculture, and stubble burning is one of the component of it. And sir, ma'am, about it not cooperating with the neighboring state, ma'am, every state wants its self-interest. There have been efforts by the center as well as from states to reduce the practice of stubble burning in Haryana, but I think that it should come from an incentive-based solution whereby.
So Haryana always would think about the incentive it has got out of either Green Revolution or the stubble burning rather than thinking about the problems or acting in a greater interest for the nation.
Greater interest can be talked about, but when it comes to poor farmers, or let's say even not
but
so
even poor farmers would be impacted by it after a point. It's not that their burning would only impact the people outside the region, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's the need where we need to create awareness also. But when it comes to economy and when they think of their next crop, then they don't. They become myopic in the view of burning the crops.
Okay. Can you tell me the literacy rate of Haryana?
It's close to 76%.
Female literacy rate?
66%, ma'am.
Is it 66%? Are you sure?
Yes, yes, sir.
You are a student of economics and you like current development in economics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me, if a banker says that he doesn't want to take a haircut, what do we comprehend?
Haircut, sir, is a kind of diverting your NPA is like taking your NPA into a bad debt kind of case. So it will be forever gone.
What is the simple definition of a haircut?
Haircut is reducing your the borrowings that you have given. You're reducing your NPAs into bad debts, sir.
The asset value reduces or increases?
Sir, asset value reduces, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what is a debt trap?
Yes, sir. So debt trap is a situation where once a person borrows money and then due to high interest and the time limitations, he's...
Explain it in the context of a country.
Okay, sir. So debt trap happens when the country is borrowing money and then the interest obligations become so high after a certain year of time. The interest
Do we
obligation...
have an example of such a debt trap in our neighborhood?
Yes, sir. I think Sri Lanka is
having a debt trap issue. Okay. And they are seeking India's help. What kind of help can India provide?
Sir, India is providing financial assistance in the forms of line of credits. And sir, apart from
What is the line of credit?
Line of credit, sir, is a loan given to the country, so subject to certain conditions, sir.
Okay. So why is it not termed as a loan, and why is it said that a line of credit is being extended?
So because there are certain conditions attached to it that it can be used for, let's say, purchase of goods from the country giving loan only.
Okay. What are Exim banks?
So Exim banks expand into export-import banks.
Okay, and what is their main purpose, utility?
So their main purpose is to facilitate the export transactions, like credit for the exports, giving credit for the exports, working capital.
So what is your experience? How do you rate your performance?
I think it was okay, but I was not able to answer many economics questions. But I'm doing my economics right now.
You are still preparing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we have found many strong points in your entire conversation. Of course, some weak points also we have detected, and this is the purpose of our conversation. So the strong point is that you are a good person, a smart-looking person. Your sitting posture is good. Your eye contact was initially a little disturbed. That means we advise...
because due to this light, sir.
Okay, so but later on it is stabilized. So that was fine. Hand movement was also restricted. It was not unnecessarily disturbing our conversation. So these points are very positive. You are a young candidate, and young candidates are preferred by UPSC. Board members enthusiastically talk to young candidates. That's also positive. The points where you have identified perhaps yourself, because you have yourself underlined interest in current economic development.
Yes, sir.
Now that opens up a vast area, because current economic development is also asked from general candidates who have not studied economics. But because you are a student of economics, so you have to prepare it. Okay. Because you have yourself written that you have a hobby of teaching underprivileged children.
Yes, sir.
So on that point also, work a little further. There could be a variety of questions. Search on internet, teaching children as hobby. You'll get variety of questions and answers.
Okay.
You need to be better equipped to answer certain questions. You also have mentioned that you watch YouTube programs.
Mm-hmm.
So YouTube program related whatever controversies are there, that question which the member asked you. You answered it, but you could answer it more effectively.
Okay.
And have you noticed the UPSC has outlined the syllabus of personality test?
Yes, sir. I read it long back.
Long back. Read it afresh.
Okay.
Because they have pointedly said that the candidate are expected to be aware of their home state.
Yes.
And surrounding area, and their nation and surrounding area. Now, your home state is Delhi as well as Haryana.
Yes, sir.
You are not allowed to disown Haryana. So you have to prepare Haryana related facts and Delhi related facts.
Okay, sir.
So that you remain assured of it. In economics, you can expect more questions.
Okay, sir.
Economics optional is a very volatile subject. Wealth creation part you could have answered more effective. That means, of course, planning has always targeted wealth creation, but what is new? New is that in pre-91, wealth creation was led by public sector.
Okay.
This budget has and survey has clearly outlined that now the private sector has to take a lead in wealth creation. That's since 91, this is the direction. But you didn't distinguish private and public role.
Okay.
Okay. Market has to play a role in wealth creation. And once you come to that point that market is going to have a leading role in wealth creation rather than public sector, other questions would emerge. You have to be ready about it. But if it is market-induced, market-led wealth creation process, how it will impact distribution of wealth in the society, distribution of income in the society, inequality is likely to grow. That is the limitation of market economy or capitalism. So you have to be ready about that also. Okay. Other things are fine. That means geography, we asked a question because you have claimed that you received award.
Yes, sir.
From the Academy of Geography Teachers.
Yes, sir.
So we noticed that, and so focused questions on geography. If one of the members also noticed that they are in UPSC, they may also ask questions. So be ready on geography part also. Okay. Overall, your net performance is very positive. We are very positive about overall performance. You are very good candidate.
Okay, sir.
And you have a very strong claim this year. This is your first interview?
Yes, sir.
Go with a killing spirit or not animal spirit. And they can also ask you what is animal spirit.
Definitely, sir.
Can you define?
So animal spirits are spirits of the economy, the feelings, sentiments where what investors feel about it.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, all the best.
Okay, sir. Sir, one thing, sir, I have done my BA only, but questions may come from, sir, post-graduation, like sir asked, or other questions were asked.
That was totally BA, under BA student.
So, but I have not studied.
You have not studied.
Because it was not in the syllabus, sir. Never.
Should be in syllabus. Because when you read 5-year plan, right, that there is...
DU syllabus of economics is heavily leading in favor of technical dimensions of economic analysis.
Yes, sir.
And it's very weak in Indian economy.
Yes.
But the members can ask questions on.
So what should I do about that, sir?
See, in this limited time frame, there is a special economic zone based on the concept of industrial clusters. Industrial cluster, industrial conglomerate, growth center, growth pole, these things you should know. Look for internet. Internet is good enough.
No, sir, but given the limited time, sir, what should I do for the post-graduation syllabus?
No, this is not post-graduation. This is you are wrong impression. This is
No,
given.
what if I'm asked the post-graduation question?
If you don't know, say sorry, of course. And don't feel apologetic about that you don't know. Say frankly sorry.
Okay, sir.
Because ultimately this is not knowledge test. This is your personality test.
So I have said many sorries here also, sir.
That's good. Even if you have to say sorries 10 times in a row,
Yes, sir.
it hardly affects the performance.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just discard that belief that sorry is going to give any negative image for yourself. Don't have misleading answers, which you have mostly avoided.
One answer I tried to bluff, sir. I would avoid it next time. About Haryana, Satluj, Yamuna River.
Don't do that. Okay, best of luck.
Thank you, sir.